Fat Furby here. Simcaders podcast on YouTube. Episode 2 is up. Thank you to all the fellas that listened to episode 1. So head on over there and subscribe. Here we go. We are at the dreadful, awesome Monza. Womble Skipper grabs the pole in the Jag. MGLA fan True Bot in third in the Jag as well. Frowsy 111 in the Atenza. SRV, and we grabbed 6. How did we do that? I have no idea. The Cozy Academic right behind us. The Branchy in the Audi up into 8th, and who the hell is this? Inxile GTR in 9th. TM Lapwing grabs 10th. Nismo 9th in 11th. So we were very surprised to see Inxile, but we haven't had a race together for quite a while, so there was a little bit of wee coming out. I was a little bit excited to see Inks in the same room as we round up the DP Mario and Staff for 59. So we have a bit of a look around our surroundings. We know that Makosi Academic is behind. We we're honestly a little bit worried, as Academic is known to throw the Hail Mary into the first corner. But we are gonna see what happens. 20 laps in the vet in the GR4 as we close our eyes, and Branchy's coming up very quickly. Nice move to get the job done on Academic. Womble Skipper, something's happened there. He's gone from first down into fifth, just in front of us is MGLA fan. True Bot, Frowsy up into third. And the tyres a little bit cold. So looking like everyone trying to get into line, settle down, get the first lap out. As we jump on with Nismo in the Nissan, of course, right behind Inxile. And Inxile letting Makosi know that he is there and is not going to muck around for too long, as the leaders start to make a slight gap. And Womble Skipper is back on the charge. So the early mistake costing him a little bit of time. And Inxile getting the move done on Makosi. And the Lambo looking pretty mean there. Nismo, S-Jade. As S-Jade is just absolutely gonna outbrake himself. And you deserve that penalty. And Nismo getting knocked around there. Lap wing as well. I believe the very first corner of lap 1 off the start, lap wing was punished by quite a few drivers not knowing how to brake. And as I say that, I'm pretty sure Justy Adam did a bit of a brake check on lap wing, and he is going to cop a 1 second penalty. But it's MGLA fan, True Bot, and Womble is making a move. Frowsy, SRB, and we are just sitting in behind SRB. Bit of fuel saving. I think after the second lap we had 20.5 laps worth of fuel. So Inxile getting a little bit of a slipstream from Nismo. And the GTR in the GR4 still has quite a few legs on it. As they cross the start-finish line, Inxile right behind. He's going to have to pull it up just in time. Slight little tap, and it's getting a little messy in the first chicane. And True Bot with a 1.5 second penalty. One of many that True Bot will get throughout the 20 laps. As Womble Skipper is starting to put the pedal down. And SRV Frowsy gets the jump on us as we jump on board with me. Thank you to Team Devils once again. Shake and bake. We are running the Ricky Bobby Me livery. So fuel looking good. Tyres, we were running one to the rear, keeping the steering inputs as smooth as possible, sticking to the racing line, not fighting at all. We've got 20 laps and we don't want to drop off the front pack as Inxile back around the inside of Makosi. So maybe a penalty there. Not sure. I don't think it was. Massimo and Maroli, I think it is, bringing up the rear. But it's MG, LA Fan. You can see Womble Skipper in the background catching. So we skip to lap 6. We get a better run. And SRV extremely defensive to the right. Not quite sure why you'd want to be doing that. We gave a couple of flashes just to let him know that everything's good. Just keep your driving line. We're not going to fight too much. We can tow each other around as we don't want the branchy Inxile as well, making up a lot of time each lap. And if we continue to fight, we will have the whole pack up on our tails, I reckon. So Nismo just hanging onto the back of Inxile. DP Mario, Just the Atom, couple of names that we raced in Nations who did very well, but not looking like the car track combo for them. So the Peugeot out in front, but Womble Skipper, very consistent times across the board there, 57s. And we jump on. Let's listen to Womble Skipper go to work. So nice driving there from Womble Skipper and Truebot. There's a 2-second penalty. No idea what's going on there. And we get up into 4th. A lot of chopping and changing between myself, SRV and Frowsy as well. And the branchy in the background, Inxile as well. And we jump onto the bonnet. Hopefully Inxile can still see with us all over the bonnet. And slowly opening up the gap to Nismo and catching the branchy. And Womble Skipper right on the tail now. and goes for the move into turn 1, side by side. Nicely does it. As the cat and the dog jump all over the TV, and we get the spray bottle out and attack. Back to the race. The Branchy 7th, Inxile still in 8th, but making up some ground. Just the Atom, DP Mario, Bob Sport and SJ both running into quite a few people in turn 1 of lap 1. And Lapwing doing it pretty tough in 15th. Let's hope he can get the head down and still get a good result. So Womble Skipper starting to open up the lead now. And the Jag looking like a real monster contender for manufacturer this season. And 4th for myself at this stage, and we are very surprised. We struggled all week in practice, probably 2 seconds off the pace, and our qualifier for this race was actually quicker than our practice laps, so we were aiming for around 58, 59s, which I think we mostly got. But SRV has the tow, he's going to look on the inside, and we're not going to fight that one, giving SRV enough room to keep the right driving line, and gives us the right driving line and Frowsy the right driving line, so we do not slow down too much. And Inxile is now in the tow of the Branchy. Nice smooth gear changes. So the lap times for Inc starting to level out, nice and consistent, which over 20 laps is going to pay off in the end. And Branchy just ahead. Would really love to know anybody else driving the Audi how you actually went with the tyre wear, as MGLA fan has really burnt the front tyres out. This RV flying along, and our tyres looking very good. Inxile's as well, he looks on the inside of the Branchy, and MGLA, surprisingly, he is into the pits, still going to come out in second. As we skip to lap 12, TrueBot, another penalty. And SRV starting to bunch up, and you can see the mighty Lambo in the background. Inxile up into 7th, and TrueBot serving out his penalty. Inxile is going to swallow him up. So 12 laps down. Very long race, was very taxing on the brain. Inxile sticking to the right. true bot on the outside. As we come on down the straight into turn 1, side by side. And Frowsy turning a little bit into Inxile there, and just way off the driving line. Pretty sloppy driving there. Is able to get around, so I mean, hats off to actually getting through there. We're in third, but don't think we wanted to hold it. This RV was catching pretty easy, and we tuck back in behind. Don't get the best run, and Frowsy is all over us again. And a little bit of connection problems here and there for Frowsy through the race. Excuse me while I pick up my Monster Energy. It's early morning here, Sunday, as we do this video. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Hope you're having a good day. Frowsy right behind us. A couple of laggy moments with Frowsy, but nothing too serious, as we are looking on the inside. But give everybody some room, and we don't slide in quick enough to the back of SRV. And Frowsy is gonna pounce on the opportunity. Nice move. And you're definitely not gonna fit 3 cars down there, and we are gonna back off. As True Bot gets the job done on the inside. Ah, what a delicious beverage. So Inxile still chasing. And TrueBot starting to become a little bit of a handful for a few of the drivers around him. And we tuck on to the back of Frowsy again. So still very surprised. 14 laps. We didn't think we would be fighting it right up the front. And even better now that Inxile has caught up. We wanted to have a little bit of a battle with our good mate Inxile, seeing as we are always giving each other crap. But when it comes to the racetrack, still very competitive, but always wanting to drive as fair as we can with each other. So Frowsy now has the lead, and will TrueBot send it flying up the inside? And you better believe it. And he is slamming on the brakes, thank the racing gods. And he didn't slam into the back of us. And his tyres are absolutely smoked. And we could see him coming around. We didn't want to fight for it. We were unsure of his driving the whole race. And he just gets a terrible run, and we cut across. We probably should have stuck behind. And a couple of taps there. Just the erratic driving of True Bot. Really hard to determine what he was doing with SRV, the Branchy, Frowsy. There was never really any contact at all throughout the whole race, and we were penalty free. We did get one SR down, and I'm pretty sure it was for that tap just before on True Bot. So we jump on with Lapwing, who's now into 9th, and last 5 or so laps, really consistent driving there, down in the 159s. So Lapwing making a late charge just behind the Branchy, and Nismo Nath as well, holding on, might have the run coming into turn 1. Great shot there, side by side. Hard on the brakes, and nicely done to both of those drivers. And Womble Skipper just putting on an absolute clinic there. So Inxile has caught up, and we get a terrible run as he flings it in. What's up, buddy? As he flies past, we tuck right in behind, and we are glad to see him up the front, but at the same time we want our spot back. So only 4 laps left. But we are going to hang on to the back of Inks, use his slipstream and driving line, and SRV had a little bit of an off-track incident. Massimo, Justy, Adam, DP Mario, Muriel, SJ, Staff, and a couple of issues for Makosi, I think. But Womble Skipper just going through the motions. As we sneak up behind, but we know we've got nowhere to go again, as we almost put it in the grass like D-Rick, and you don't want to do that in case there are some potholes going on. So we tuck in behind Frowsy once again. And we are all okay for petrol as we look up on the inside. And Frowsy giving us plenty of room. Really enjoyed the racing with Frowsy, SRV, and Inxile. So Inxile on the pace, wants to get past True Bot, who is just absolutely all over the place. Definitely has the pace, True Bot, but just lacking a little bit of road awareness. So another run. Can Inxile get the job done? As he lines himself up for the last turn. Can he get a better run? And sticking to the right is going to go major pointless defensive driving. As the rest of the field catches up once again. And TrueBot slowing down this pack. MGLA fan and Womble Skipper just running away with first and second place. And Frowsy hanging back, staying out of any trouble. Nice driving lines there. And 20 laps around Monza can be very taxing to keep it consistent, but not for this fella, Womble Skipper. Total domination, great driving, and MGLA fan with a pit stop, still in second. So, driving lines being compromised again as we get the run on Inks. TrueBot comes across, so we're going to get the tow. And we are going to throw it into the right. Try and get this job done. And we get a slight tap from Inxile. We did look to the right of us, and we realised that Inxile had a 1 second penalty. And he was giving us room, but we wanted to let him get in there. 1 second was buzzing atop of his car, and we thought maybe we can just hang off just a little bit and hopefully give him the tow after his penalty, worst case. But we were daydreaming here as well, just like Inxile, late braking, and we just miss it. We chuck on the hazards to say sorry to Frowsy. Frowsy gave us a little tap. I don't think he got a penalty. So we're a little bit out of shape at this stage because we really didn't know what happened. And Inxile, unfortunately, now 2 seconds. And the Branchy is going to take that spot back. And, well, you know, I mean, 19 laps. I did watch Inxile's stream fully earlier, and it is very disappointing. Know how you feel, mate. I mean, that was a good 18, 19 laps of absolutely on it. And just like that, fighting for the front can disappear, but let's hope get the brain in the right frame of mind and keep pushing to finish the race. So we are up into fourth now. We are on the last lap. Frowsy right behind, and we stuff up the break point and we hang it out to drive. And Frowsy was coming through. We give him the spot, and we are pretty sure that might do it for Phasma. Womble Skipper absolutely flying. this could be a sub 40 minutes for him, which I'm pretty sure he did it in 39. That was pretty quick. TrueBot has opened up the gap, and Frowsy, well driven. SRV coming back as well. Can Inxile get the branchy? And Lapwing in 11th. Nismo as well. I know those guys had a few incidents, so hopefully they raced again. But Womble Skipper, well done. MG LA Fan in second. TrueBot is going to hold on for third, and Frowsy and myself tried to get a run at the end, but Frowsy is gonna hold on. Thanks heaps for the awesome racing there, Frowsy, and SRV as well. And Inxile does get the jump on the branchy, so well done to those guys, as the rest of the field coming in. But there is your winner, and there is not your winner. But 5th place, we were expecting maybe a 15th or a 16th, but up into 5th. And Inxile up into 7th. Well done. Good to see you in the same race. And hopefully we will get another one together. But until next time, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. If you don't, it doesn't matter. See you next time.